Hi everyone, how are we doing? Those that don't know me, I'm Kerry. I'm the redhead reseller. I sell across Vinted, eBay, and I've started Whatnot as well. So that's been an interesting thing to learn because I don't do being in front of the camera, even on YouTube. But YouTube feels a bit easier because it's just me. If I don't like the video, I'll start again. But with Whatnot, you've got no option. It's live selling. So it's interesting, learning, definitely still learning, but slowly going to get there, watching loads of other people's Whatnot shows at the moment, just to try and get an idea into the platform itself, how much things are selling for everyone, what people are selling, how they're selling it. So it's an interesting journey. But I've got like a bucket list for this year of doing something new every week of the year since I've turned 36. To do something new that I've never done before. Things that may scare me. Some things are stupid, like going out on a kayak. I paddleboard, just never done a kayak. So, well, I have now, but I hadn't. So it's just silly things like that, up to doing something really scary, like a Whatnot show. So it's been interesting. My list is growing, and hopefully the Whatnot channel will also grow as well. So today is all about sales update, which I'm pretty sure you've all been waiting for. When we finished on our last sales update, because I know I've put a couple of videos out that don't have any sales on. They've been like charity shop hauls and a bit of sort of Whatnot stuff. So our last update, we ended on £22,499.14. So that's not too bad. Since then, we've sold quite a bit. So I'm going to go through all the sales with you, and then I'll give you an update at the end of how much we've actually made since, or dropped it since. So eBay has been actually alright. Since I've turned the promotions back on, we're doing alright again. It's amazing how much of a difference those promotions make. It really annoys me that they charge me 9% or whatever they're making up, because I'm pretty sure it's not always 9%. But it's interesting. So our first sale is this dry oil. This cost me 50p in the charity shop. I bought loads of stuff at the time from that charity shop, and it was all stuff very similar. Some of it I've sold for like 80 odd quid, some of it has been like 110. But when it's 50p an item, can't really moan at that, can I? So this is 50p, and I sold it for £9. We've then got these OPI. I bought these for £1 for all of them and sold them for £9. I then bought these Skechers. I was and ahhing about buying these Skechers when I was in charity shop. £4, I'll always make the £4 back. I see it as, if I can get my money back for it, it's worth me trying. So even if I only get the £4 that I paid, or the pound that I paid for an item, it was worth buying just to gain the knowledge on it. I'm not losing any money. So these cost me £4. I sold these for £35.99. I then bought this Reese dress for £4.50. I always expect Reese to do better than it seems to sometimes do. This is a 2024 item, so it's stayed around for a while, and it only sold for £13.60 on eBay, which means there's obviously fees as well. So it wasn't worth picking up. We've then got these Super Mario toys. I bought these in a bundle, so I've already made a lot of profit on the bundle. These cost me 90p, and I sold them for £4.80. This Bunnykins money box, I had no signal at the time. I paid £2 for it. I wasn't bothered. It sold for £3 on eBay. I am lucky to just about broke even on that one. The Horrible Histories books. This set, my mum was like, "Oh, are you sure you want to be buying that?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I've read stuff about it before, and they can do all right." So it cost me £3. They hung around for maybe 4 weeks. I sold them for £17.99. This partial shelf, rather, is from a Vauxhall Antara. So the Vauxhall Antaras are, I'd say, sort of rarer cars now. You do see a couple of them around, but they don't make them for anymore, and they haven't done for a while. I've got one, I car camp, which is why I bought it, because it's absolutely massive. I can fit someone that's 6 foot in it. I'm 5'4", so I'm definitely fitting in it. But I don't need the what's it called, the parcel shelf anymore, because obviously I use the car to sleep in more than anything. So I sold that for £60, and it didn't cost me a penny. I then I mentioned this in one of my other videos. This top is a complete bowler. I had never ever heard of the brand before, and it was interesting. You know, when you're in the shop, you sort of look at it and you're like, that looks half decent. So, kicking the camera. So the label itself sort of gave off vintage and different, and then on top of that, it's made in Germany. So I thought, right, £4, I'm giving it a go. I did some research when I got home. Turns out they're actually really expensive tops. I sold this one for £69.99. It's gone GSP. And the guy actually messaged me. I'll put the message on here so you can see it. Saying something like, it's a special top, and yeah, I feel like I've undersold it now. But when it only cost me £4 and I sold it for 70, I'm more than happy with that. But my mum decided to do some research into it. She's a reseller as well. So she decided to do a bit of research into the company, because it's, we've never heard of it. And the little Google thing is quite interesting to read as well. So I'll also pop that up here. So these tops definitely one to look out for. Definitely worth buying and selling, and most of them seem to go GSP. So I've recently changed my GSP because I had it set so a lot of the stuff couldn't go to America, it couldn't go to the EU, and obviously that knocks me down a lot for being able to sell stuff. And then when I spoke to a couple of people, the rules are not exactly how they were made out to us at the beginning when it all changed. So you can actually send by GSP to anywhere, and they will actually do the import stuff for you. So I've gone back to just selling to everywhere by GSP, and if a country's not allowed, then they'll knock it off for me. So this actually sold, it's gone GSP. I then bought this TP Link router for £3. Some of them can do alright, others not so much. This one sold for a tenner, won't bother with it again, but at least I'm in profit. This Raspberry Teddy, I know a lot of them with the names on can do alright. This one's just hung around for a while. It cost me £1.50 and I sold it for £4. So again, it's just knowing which ones. I've sold some of them for 30 or 40 quid. So the ones that I know that sell well, obviously I'll pick up again. The ones that I've never heard of, I'll still pick up just so I can learn about them. Like I said, I'll always make my money back at least. Then bought this Harrods coffee grinder. Now this has only sat around for about 4 weeks as well. This cost me £1.50. It's missing its screw at the top, which is in the notes. And I sold it for £24.99. I didn't know whether it was going to sell at all or not, but to sell for that much within 4 weeks is brilliant. I bought these Denby cups for £1 for the two of them, and I sold them for 16 quid. I then bought this Celine sunglasses holder. I have mentioned this in one of my, I think it might be in my last video, one of the previous videos I mentioned this, and I literally picked it up about a week ago now. I only put it up on eBay maybe 2 or 3 days ago. I picked it up with a pair of my Sony glasses in it, not realising that the actual case, their glasses sell really well. So I'm really gutted that those glasses weren't in them now. But I think this cost me like £2 and I sold it for £10.99 within a couple of days. £8 profit. Very happy with that. This dinosaur, it's National History Museum one. They usually sell pretty good, or a lot of them do. I've sold some for like 20 odd quid before. This cost me 20p. It didn't good. It was one of the last ones that just hung around, and it just went for £2.40. At least it's out of my way. That's everything for eBay. So then we've got Vinted. So obviously Vinted don't have fees. I don't have to deal with the postage. It's all fantastic. I sold this DC top for £3 and I bought it for £1. Again, it's 2024 stock. It hung around for ages. Anything or 9% of stuff that I put onto Vinted is like 2024 stock. It's the year before stock. It's only big stuff that I'm buying now, like my next item, that I put on there as well, just because I know that it's easier to ship than it is than having to deal with eBay shipping stuff for large items. So the golf bag, I paid £9.95 for. If you're on my TikTok, you'll have seen this the other day, me saying, would you have picked it up? £9.95. It wasn't in amazing condition, but it wasn't horrendous. It was in a good condition, just had marks and stuff on it. And I sold it for 45 quid on Vinted. No fees. Perfect. I then sold these glasses for £7 and I bought them for £3. This flounder teddy, it was missing its tag, but it's got the stamp on it. I paid £2 for £3. This cardigan was my item. It was just hanging around, don't wear it. So obviously it was free. Made £1.55 on it. Same with this Puma jumper, it was my item. I've had it for a few years. I sold it for £2.10. And then lastly, this blazer I bought for £4, but again, 2024 stock. So it just hung around and I sold it for £5, at least my pound up. But I mainly see it as I get my money back, so I can put it into better and fresh stock. And now that I know things better, because it only started in July last year, so obviously anything from last year is still me. I mean, I'm still learning, but it was me really learning. So I was just picking up anything I sort of had a vague idea on. So I'm just glad to get the stuff back more than the money back, rather more than anything. But yeah, so that's it for Vinted. On top of that, we've obviously done 3 Whatnot shows: Friday night, Saturday morning, Saturday night, 2 different Disney ones and 1 clothing one. Altogether, I sold £106 worth of stuff, and I can't show you all the pictures because I don't put everything on there. I just put like what 10 £1 items sort of thing, and then I can pick and choose as I'm going along. So I sold everything for £106 and everything cost me £49.83. So again, I've doubled my money. Well, more than doubled. So it's all 2024 stock still that's on Whatnot. Yeah, so at least I've made a profit and I've got my money back. So altogether, we started on £22,499.14. With the Vinted, which came to a total of £66.65, that brings us down to £22,432.49. I will then remove the eBay stuff, which came to a total of £278.36. On top of that, I'll then remove the Whatnot stock, which was £106, which now brings us to £22,048.13. But then I bought some stock. I can't even remember what I bought. Oh, I bought the charity shop stuff. That's what I bought. So that came to a total of £39.25. And then that brought us now back up to our ending total of this video of £22,087.38. So we're not doing too badly. I am planning on doing a car boot at some point. I'm planning on selling at a car boot. It's really annoying because I really want to buy a car boots, but they're either rained off, I'm away hiking because I hike most weekends, or I need to be selling at one because I've just got stuff hanging around. Everything behind me is currently 2024 stock that needs to go. I brought it out of storage to take it to the car boot, and the past 2 weekends it's rained, so it hasn't actually been on. So now it's just sitting in my flat, which is very annoying. So we are ending on £22,087.38. Let's see where the next one takes us. Hopefully I get to sell at a car boot this weekend. If I do, I'm going to try and take you with me. I'm currently recording on my phone, so I don't have a GoPro or any Ray-Ban glasses just yet. So So I'm recording on my phone, so I'll try and record bits and pieces so I can at least make a video, and then obviously I'll come back to the video at the end and let you know how much I actually sold. That's my plan. We shall see if I manage to do that. If not, then what I sold will be on a separate video altogether. But until then, like, subscribe, comment, check out my description. I've got all my links on there for Whatnot, eBay and Vinted, and come and join me. I will see you all soon. Bye.